Saturday kukansubire muri studio nawe muri Muyombya Mark Pade Patrick Pot Farms Travel Live Vlog Jones E from Galasi Joshua Mixed Farm Joshua jise TV station ngane simye katongere kulaiti ni wano katono. Yeah, but I hope you guys are doing well. Banange Mubiru Emmanuel, how are you? Katulinda abantu beyongere bawerewereko. The comment section eri ku fire eyanuwa. Comment section yanuwa eri on fire. Mumanyi enaku zino si chatya battery kugwako because I have this thing of mine. Mumanyi kano. This is a jump starting machine, yeah? I've showed you. Of course, it also acts as a power bank. So I've been using it to charge my phone randomly. It also has this thing. It has this thing. So I can, if my car runs out of pressure, I can put pressure. If I run out of battery, I can jump start. So that I can actually play music as we go on. Dr. Kasure Matia, good evening. Uliotia Chibampa wo Nasuru, good evening. Hey, mwe comment section ya Nuwa ngeri kufire. Good evening Muna Mik. Comment section ya Nuwa ezuku sizana babadete wogera. Seguja Faran. How Papu katunda emitwalo ana. Kano. Yeah, so it also has a torch. That again. Torch mulebo zatennemi okuteekako. It even has this mode that for emergency. This is also for emergency. Yeah. So, and this is how you set the pressure you want in your thingy. So I only have 2 pieces of this, by the way. Yeah. So anyway, yes, we bought ninemoroka satu ezokuba nyumizo olwaleero. Endala edenda bugenzi bali bagisekako mipira. The picture I've posted on the profile of this broadcast bade bakyusa mipira. Emimpi bagitadde maaso emiwanvu ne bagiteeka emabega. Erike mipira gino ngeja taxi, but there are types of tires that are sorry network etukolako emikoro, but it's going to stabilize. So we bought yesterday was Saturday, and then we bought 2 cars on Friday. Now the situation on Friday happened in a way that one person had called me saying it wasn't clear, they hadn't booked. And then I had someone that actually booked. So ya booking ze yaguze Ipsum. Then ono nankubira ku macha. And I said sijja mu meeting anga ndinzeka. So I waited naja na meeting and ready to know mwami agenda ku inspect. He told me, Arthur, I actually told you I was going to come. Nemubuza wa booking, and no, I did not book. And then that's how the conversation actually went on. And then we went and started looking for cars together at Ipsum, and I can tell you the first Ipsum we saw is the Ipsum we bought, because in that zona tezaba denungi at any price yazo. And then one thing that you guys have realized with you guys, you have some of you, not all of you, of course. Chigozi Stanley High, Chamba de Huntington High, and defeat pade field tour, even me, I wanted to say something. Na yene ngamba, let me wait for the TV program. To see me Eddie, Morad K, Momo, see me Alex, Kennedy Omar, Njagara muwere. Kati, I'm going to ask, first of all, as I continue with the conversation of the other 2 cars, I want to ask you guys, field tour badoji gula sente meka. That's the one thing I want you to tell me. In the field tour njigula sente bweziti. I want to challenge someone that has it. I have someone that wants the field tour because the Moroke yenyini, and I've been telling my mechanics, but to gule motoka ne waba wajigula mukubira na nyini motoka, but they always be calling me. Twinda ya bantu babiri abade besima mu nuweyo. Bobo ina field tour ng'etuuka eyo obulungi ngenda kunyonyola ebirungi ebigiriko ng'etuuka eyo obulungi nyina abantu babiri abadde beesimbamu eyo Nuwa bajja giggulako Kennedy Omara, Heath Moses, Chitumba Solomon, Joseph Bali Kudembe, Lubega Francis. Me, I would buy it 7. Travel Life Vlog, I challenge you to get a Nuwa that is that good at 7 million. Jimmy Putan, good evening. Tuwara not beyond 10. Ha! Katika mbabuze. Boy, tuba tuaguze Ipsum eri. Million musanvu. Milioni 10. Zigula tuwareyo. Okay. Kale, kansoke mbanyumize bya Ipsum. So, Ipsum je twaguze, we set out and so that Ipsum nyinu yabadde ayagala million musanvu kitundu in the beginning. And I thought it was too much. I didn't think it looked nice at all in the interior. Ipsum eyo erabika bulungi kungulu, eina baji kola akasusu. But inside I wasn't happy with the Ipsum. And then I think, where did we go to see Ipsums? But just now we looked at like 5 of them. Then netugende matching where the gentleman yaguze okay yabadai nayo Ipsums bamugambye ngawangambye million muka, and all the Ipsums were 8 million zonna zabadde za million 8 wabadde yo musanvu nga ate yombi okusinga eno gye twaguze. So we did not I find that the beauty of the Ipsum for us, I find that the Ipsum we found yabadde mu million musanvu yabadde yatalaga on the side nga yatalaga. And one thing I've realized about some of those old cars is that you see the door panels, most of them baba bazikani same. The door panels bazikwata ne bazizinga kama liba. And you don't want to buy a car bakani say door panels because door panels zino zigenda okufa ku motoka. Kitogeze tubingi be baba bakoze. Okitegeera. Door panels ezo bazikwata. You'd rather buy a car with door panels that are actually just bad and a car that has door panels that have been fixed. Okitegeera. Arinaitwa Kevin, good evening. Saleh Kaziwe, good evening. Nze ndaba nze mbadde njigula 12. Okay, Joseph, yes. Nze yo sijigula cause much can add to buy upgraded Nuwa. Okay. Okay. Kali. Then the Premio. I find that the Ipsum teriko deal. The Ipsum as a car tekuli deal. The Ipsum, I find that we bought it highly. We bought it at a very high price in Zenga. That's what I think. But then what would we have bought? If you said there are factors that are involved. One of the factors that when you're going to buy a car, you should never ignore is the question of what else can I buy? Because to now to say the person that bought the Ipsum, the tumubuza, moroka chenda jo sobolo gula. Ngataina ndaraja ayagala because musubuzi so emoroka eyo emukolera ku mirimu atera yali avuze ku Ipsum ne emukolera. Sorry guys, network keeps going off. We find that our only option was actually the Ipsum. So Ipsum the twalabye endala ezabadde eze million 8 nga ate size nungi eziri awo. So this is the other thing I want to tell you guys. I find that when we are going to buy a car, ebisere bisina ddala nga gweyagala gula moroka eyo, tulowooza nnyo okunyirira kw'emmotoka. Okunyirira kw'emmotoka bw'obanga ogenda gula emmotoka ng'oyagala emmotoka enyirira genuine, ogenda gula moroka mpyamu. But when you're buying a car that has been on the road, oyina ebintu ebirala by'olina okutunuulira. First of all, you need to look at the health of the engine, health of the gearbox. You need to look at health of the suspension system as well. Then you need to look at your own pockets. Osobola okubaawo nga sente zo tezigula kintu kisukkaawo. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. So omwami wa Ipsum yebadde ayagala Ipsum. Okitegeera yebadde ayagala Ipsum and initially yazze ne budget ya million 6. Now I find that then the question for me would be, should we buy something that looks really cheap and bad? Because I'll give you an example. If we got an Ipsum ku million nga 4 ne tugiteeka era bwe tugikuba ebifaananyi Ipsum ye million 4 esobola okubanga ebifaananyi gye twaguze 7. Okitegeera naye ng'ebyokukola biyitirivu nnyo olumu nga neyingi netokotanga ki ng'etokotanga kyalaani. So should we always be looking at the price? Should we just be looking at the face value? Look at the car that looks appetizing to us, because that's not what I look at when I'm buying. With the Ipsum, I find that we really had to look at something that looks nice, because that also dictates the resale value, because omuntu agenda agula motoka eyo aleme kugituma oba ayagala oba tayagala. So the Ipsum, it was okay deal. I find that Nzenga Arthur, with that 7 million, I would different car. I would probably look for like a Caldina. I think I would buy a Chibin at like 5 to 6 million Nenjoga. I would Nzenga Arthur, I would drive a Chikumi. I'd probably find a G-Touring or a Karibu. But when I have preference, the person that bought the Ipsum just wanted the Ipsum. So the Ipsum, you have to have an option. We just had to buy the best offer available. Ipsum is abadezi tuka Ipsum we yobulungi zabadeza million munana. Okitegeera. And especially when you go ba broker baba bakusika bakugamba moroka enu ya sente weziti. Gwe kat, for example, we went to see Ipsum nga ba broker bagambye omwami oza million mukaaga. Tugenda tukanga za million munana. Okitegeera. So the Ipsum eyo yabadde. Premio, you remember the time we bought there's an IST that we bought at 13.5. Remember the last IST we bought? We saw that Premio with the person that bought the IST. Was that the Premio? No, that wasn't the one. We saw a different Premio. Yeah, I think we saw. Was it that one? So there is a Premio new model we saw that was at 15 the day we bought the IST, and then the person refused it. Nagamba yagara IST. So we bought that IST and the Premio nitujideka. Nenda bikasiye. So a Premio, I knew about that Premio. But now, how do we come to buy that Premio at 12? The people that think that Premio is there, of course it was a good offer, because if I gave you 12 million and I told you to find that Premio, you would not find it. But there is a technicality to that Premio. The person that bought that Premio wanted to buy a car of 10 million. But 10 million, in actual sense, would get you a Vitz, a Vista Adeo, if it's available. 10 million will get you a Spacio old model, Premio old model, Batulaze Chikumi Kumi, which I didn't like. It looked okay, but I did not like the Chikumi Kumi. 10 million. 10 million will get you a number of cars. But all the cars you would get at 10 million, majority of them will not be VVTI. Tuanonyeza Vista Neighbor. And I find this was ono nyini morokeno baya daga at 12.5. Yadaga 12.5 nga kwa alemede. Labo yalemede 12.5 na tuvako nitugenda tunonye Premio. Nituna Premio old model. But why did I advise this person to buy this car, the Premio new model at 12? One, that Premio is a good value for money. Nti Premio jiraba mbwayo epiwayo, he can get his 12 million out whenever he wants, because people keep looking for that car in that budget in Gatekolachi. Ngateri. Second, that Premio is new technology. Yabadene essa akola, by the way, that Premio, it had working S symbol mubogira bawo. But that Premio had a challenge. Ere yajiguze yachimanyi na chimugambi. I told him emoroka yabadde ekijegere kyakowa. Abaje echinyo, bachiyita chinyo ba mechanic. That's where the chain is, jibaita timing chain. Chiba chituka ne kiragaye ne kitandika okukola kerere. So that was the trouble with that Premio. And echijegere, ideally someone will tell you tojigura engine ifu. The VVTI engines, because I normally tell you guys, don't repair VVTI engines, just sell and buy new, just remove that engine and put a new engine. Waliwo makanika abagamba nti ekinyo bakikyusa ne bateekamu kiti empya ne kitereera. So the engine is not the best. But your engine bagivuga paka. Osobola givuga paka bwoko wange tokota bwetyo. Ochegera, the only reason why people change those engines is because the sound is discomforting to you as the owner. But that was the challenge with that Premio. Premio yonga bwe yagiguze, all the 4 tires were new. The engine was literally the only problem. Then the other issue with that Premio was that it was dirty. Now, there is another thing that I want you guys to understand. And I've been faulted to it. There are people that have told me, me, when I take pictures of cars, I take the pictures the way we have found the car. Because every single when I forget to take the pictures there, and then I end up not posting the car. So the Premio was really dirty, and I'm thinking, namagambye, bwe bajjawe moroka bagitwale bajambule bagijjemu emito yonna bajoze, because kati moroka ekola S it should not be that dirty. So the Premio was a very good buy. I find that it was a good deal. It wasn't really the best, but it was a good deal because engineer ya Premio ka million nga 3. Kitegeeze moroka yokumpira yagiguze million 15 singa abayagala okukyusa engine okitegeera abagiguze million nga 15. But still it was a good buy because if you were given 12 million you cannot find that Premio. Okitegeera. Ipsum 7 million, you could find another Ipsum. It will take you time, but you can find another Ipsum. Now, before I go to the new one, there are things that I find that omuntu abata najja kunonya ku motoka abata manchi gina maso mu katale. Emotoka eyo giraba ebanyangu ya kunonya gaton nagenda kuginonya. Okitegeera. And normally when we are looking for cars, it's the people that want to buy the cars that get tired before we get tired. Why? Because for me, my mind is already set. It's set that we are going to actually move a lot. I'll give you an example. The gentleman that bought the Noah called me on Friday. And this is the second car we are buying for this gentleman, by the way. This is the second car we are buying. So the gentleman called me. Was it Friday? Called me Friday and he told me, Arthur, network. So the gentleman called me and like I've been busy. Even yesterday I had to be part of my rehearsal, but I would look for the car in the morning and by like midday we are done. Because I think we paid for that car at around 5. That's why I didn't do the broadcast. I think another day I knew we were going to do it in the morning to Chimare because I thought we'd just look at one car and get done. But the issue is looking for a car is a bit harder than talking about looking for a car. Like when you set out and say, let's say I want a double cabin. It looks like, I want a double cabin, I have 50 million. It looks like, because I have 50 million, I'll just find a car and drive. Sorry guys, network keeps going off. Obe the notification yes zed na yenga I'm busy na ye I'm here. Amina. Solo extra haria high. Dr. Kasule. Tugezako Football Tribe UG. Now, now, when we met, initially, the deal was simply to look for a Noah. And for me, I thought we were just kati omwami ono yankubidde na ngamba anonya Noah egenda kukola mirimu. Emmotoka egenda mu kyalo, egenda vuga taxi. Kati the goal was to look for the Noah old model. For the guys that did not know. Twadete tunonya Noah Biriena, twadete tunonya ICC, twadete tunonya Wishi, kuba zonna bazimanyi. Twadete tunonya Noah chi old model. The goal for this gentleman is to drive that, to use that Noah old model, eventually to upgrade agure chigege. Okay? The gentleman will upgrade later agure chigege and kokole minimu nuwe no jege no tandi kokola encha. Ontegede. So the goal was to look for the Noah old model. Now, initially, I thought the goal was to look for just a Noah old model. And we went and started looking. The first Noah we looked at was UAS. Okay? Nebajitulamira million 16. No, we looked at a USZ Noah. Eyingeyo, the one we bought at a 14. We actually bought it 14.7. Sorry, I don't know why I posted 14 initially. Emoroke twajiguze million 14 emitwalo 7. Kati Noah je twasoso kulaba old model. Kati ate you guys nange mungendo kunonya moroka olumu bamba kochi. Twasose ne tulabe moroka yasose yabadde USZ nga nungi. We asked for the price guy nagamba ajagala million 24. Yabade USZ 24 million shillings. You guys are there. 24 million shillings you can get a 2008 2007 Noah X impia. But 24 million shillings abatunda ka Noah kakakadde. Then but abadde ne batugamba UAT. The person that bought this Noah had seen it. What broker yajimuwereza. So namugamba naite wali nini otaliyo. So this person that showed us this USZ natuvuga mu Noah ye ndala UAS. Netugenda tulabe UAT. But twatuse ku UAT. Twatuse ku UAT nga nyini era dala taliyo. It looked really nice. The UAT looked really nice. But then they wanted 17 million shillings. Which take 17. So we drive off and they tell us of a Noah that is in Gayaza. Gayaza, but they AY. Now, Gayaza, you know these brown Noahs, still the old model, but the brown ones. Now, for the guys that don't know, Noahs was in trim level. Kati, the field tuwara, yesinga kubera mu 4-wheel drive. Mpambanyi, kati field tuwara eyo, the difference between the field tourer and the other models of the Noahs is the field tourer gato muto. You see, a morokezo zibabweziti. Tuino muto maso. This is the driver. Then we have a passenger row and another passenger row. Now, there are Noahs that separate this in the corridor. Okay? Kati all the Noahs we saw yesterday in Dala. The field tourer, what makes the field tourer different is a gatao. Then ye chirala. Because in a Morocco agenda kola tax, we had seen, by the way, we had seen ewaike guys waba de bakaramude 13 chitundu. Neze nadde njaga tukagulenga 12 million. Kabade ku UAY. Nga kabadera bare Nuwezo zona. I know you guys have shared here that those Nuwas have brake problems. Inte Morocco ye tuka brake ni stand ko jitawanya. Ate e Morocco when the brakes disturb you noteka ko bajita brake cylinder, the master cylinder. Ya Taiwan obe yo muchipya esumbu watetelera. So all the Nuwas we drove yesterday zabade zine chizibu cha brakes. So that's why you see that this one, even when I saw the brake problem, I had no issue with it. So the brake problem was fixed yesterday chonichibwa. Now, the AY yabade itandise okusalika bei yabade yo teina mipira. And then the gentleman that bought the Noah called his driver namugamba ayagala field tourer. Kati ensonga chimbala ze difference ya field tourer. Now the reason why the driver of this car wants a field tourer is that the field tourer is stronger. According to them that drive in the village, the field tourer is stronger than these other cars. But I think the other thing that the driver, probably people never notice, maybe because all the guys that drive those cars, bagule moroke yonge gatta wano. Kati bondo zabaroza zonna zikolachi zigatta. Field tourer is the one that has those rows nga zigatta. What does that mean? It means that a motoka area yawula wano emabege etuuza abantu omu babiri basatu bana batano. Field tourer ebe etuuza mukaaga. Kitegeeza emmotoka eno field tourer ebera etuuza abasaabaze 7 naye ziri light S ziba zituuza abantu bameka? Okitegedde ziba zituuza abantu 6. Kiki ekitegeeza ekirala? If this car has no corridor here, it means kino ekifo ky'abantu abalala nga 2 oba 3. Kitegeeza kuno omutto gwe yadibadde atuuzaako abantu 3 asobola otuuzaako 5 neeno n'atuuzaayo 5 ne wano n'ateekawo omu ye muntu 11 ku taxi z'omu kyalo. Naye eri Nuwa endala eyawula wano kitegeeza either ogenda funa stool ogiteekewo oba okole ki oba okifiise, because kana akatta akawula toyina ng'ejo kagenda kunyiga muntu omuteekeko ow'okubiri neno ow'okubiri, and that would literally just make only 4, but you can actually put 5 there. I don't know if you guys get the difference. So emotoka eyo mugiraba egenda vuga taxi. Now people, I saw someone saying nti, and I'm challenging you guys, nze million 7 nzirina njagala yo Nuwa etuuke eyo. Let me tell you why we chose that Nuwa. One, the Nuwas, those old model Nuwas, have a problem with suspension plate. Now that entire suspension plate tebaginyigamu. Okitegedde yo tebaginyigamu. Bwefa ebe efudde ya $1,700,000. Kati abantu bajocha efa atefa. How can I describe the suspension plate ya Nuwa eyo? Esiba bwebere no chassis suspension plate eyo esiba ko side zeno nesiba ko ne side zeno like that nekijanga kiwanvu wa nekiwanvu waawo then nekuvaako obukono buno obugenda ku the wheels nekuvaako ball joints and all those things kati ekyo suspension plate ekyo munuwa kyekyasinza okuba ekyebbeeyi I think ng'ogyeko bino ebirala. Kati suspension plate eyo bwefa ekutuka naye batandika okujja okyamu kati batandika okujja okyamu naye netandika okutula suspension because eba tekyakola nga bweyina kukola kati bw'oba oyagala okwetegereza okumanya nti nuwa etandise okukoowa you look at the suspension plate in front you look at behind waliwo n'emabega eyo shock wezikwata because those nuwas abantu abasinga abazigula they bought them to use them for commercial work they mistreated them emotoka eyo nuwa mugiraba gye twaguze wansi yonna eri intact there is nothing to be touched ng'ogyeko brakes ze twakoze ate eri intact not just being intact that it has been fixed it's intact that it's original ekyokubiri bode ya nuwa eyo mugiraba mwalabye ekipaapi ekiri ku lijjira driver eyina ekyo ekipaapi eyina ne bagiyita batya the bumper the front bumper all those aesthetic things me I saw them but we were talking with the owner of the car ye mwennyini n'agamba you know what ene moroka eno ogiraba mu myezi ng'esatu era egenda kuba efaanana bweti kati then me I'm thinking lwaki tugula emmotoka batuseere okunyirira ng'ate era emmotoka gye tugula driver wayo yennyini agenda gyekubira efaanane bweti otegeera kye nkugamba actually initially as we were buying that car we thought about spraying it we thought about spraying skirt kye bayita skirt ekiyitamu ekyo ekirayini ekyo ekya silver mu kiraba you spray it from there downwards and then I told him you know what spraying it eri ewaka nze nga muli obwongo obuŋŋamba emmotoka eno bw'inaatuuka wali the driver is not going to allow him to spray it agenda gamba kangivugirewo because already as emmotoka ezivuga mu byalo zimenya mateeka so the way the car looks is the list of the trouble of the driver kuba emmotoka erina otikka abantu omusanvu agenda gisaamu abantu 11 oba 12 kitegeeza the way the car looks will literally not be a problem so the aesthetics of the body we saw they had no problem the interior of the car was dirty emmotoka eyo nyini alabika yafanga ku byakutambula bino ebirala bya aesthetics ye ng'omuntu yali takolaki yalinga tabiriiko so ekirala kyenyinza obbagamba ekiri ku mmoroka ezo nuwa ezo zirimu ebika bibiri waliwo nuwa erina gearbox those are the luxury models that come later years the nuwas there are those nuwas that have an electronic gearbox the electronic gearbox ku mmoroka abavuga ku mmoroka enkadde emmoroka enkadde wano ku muliro ku throttle ebeera n'omuliro gwa mirundi ebiri okitegeera omuliro ogumu gugenda mu gearbox omulala guva eno ku kigere eno gy'olinnya kati ezo emmotoka zibeera manual like that ezo emmotoka zibeera manual gearbox nyangu yakanika ate era temala gafa because si amasannyalaze kati there are nuwas that have only one car thing ng'eringa eno eyange eno rakitisi baali batandise oku advancinga in technology okitegeera now it's probably a challenge with our mechanics nti bamakanika baffe tebamanyi zikanika but nuwa ezo ez'omuliro oguli automatic oba eza gearbox erimu olusannyalaze olutonotono olwo baali banaatera okukola CVT because you see the 2004 nuwas ate zirimu z'amasannyalaze waliwo actually there is a 2004 nuwa that is CVT naye kati ebiseera ebyo CVT eyo gye baakola yali ekyalina dipstick because there are CVT gearboxes that actually have dipsticks kati nga tebanagenda ku eyo CVT basooka ne bakola emmotoka zino ez'automatic eya bulijjo naye nga y'amasannyalaze okitegeera so kati we were careful to make sure that we don't buy a nuwa that has that kind of gearbox we were careful to not buy a nuwa that has a suspension plate that has problems we were careful to not buy a car that might not bring in money for the person that is buying a car ontegeera kye nkugamba and then we were careful to kubanga emmotoka egenda kuba ekola heavy duty work we were careful to buy a car that doesn't have suspension chassis damages ezo nuwa zifa nnyo chassis engeri gye bazitikka ennyo kati bw'okwata emmotoka already nga chassis yaayo nfu ogitwala ekole taxi kati bagenda gitikamu abantu 12 olumba bagenda tekako n'akatanda by the way olumba tekako n'akatanda bagitike chassis ngo already yayulika kati ogenda okusanga nti ate mutandise okwokya omuliro already ewaali omuliro okitegeera now kati ate this is where I call upon you guys njagala nnyo okukola ne ba broker abayina emmotoka bw'obanga if you're a broker on this channel please always send me options I already have 2 cars there is a Fielder UBL it is being sold by a friend of one of the followers here gutwagula naye Rumion ani omulali yampadde emmotoka someone else sent me kana isijijukira Someone who sent me a car. And then, of course, there's someone that wants a Premio new model. I have someone that wants a message. But I don't promise that toje wangu kungamambo atha tunonye ogomukisa gwatu kutebukwasi oli yankubire simu ne mugamba mwezo sento jafuna vitizi okitegira atenga ne vitizi emiliyoni 10 twadera ne tugenda gino nyanyo okitegira omukisa gwatu kutebukwasi ngeyo Primo weri okitegira era bwe twagituuseko ne mugamba tufu buva kweno Primo musentezo ogenda okwate ogule Primo old model because tuna ne twasanze Primo old model super nga bagituna miliyoni 15 eri ku USZ. So why would you buy a Primo old model 15 million shillings? Sika kunyirira. Okitegera oba number plate. Ogula Primo old model miliyoni 15 ngalwe new model. That Primo bwana abagivuze bulungi aswana gitune miliyoni 14. That's a fact. Kandabe. Teaching how to rob. Anyona ate. Ono kamalo mukweka Shanta Devo. Okay. Hamidu Katumba, how are you? But where about the budget guys like the broadcast? You guys are 68. Nchakola pre-purchase inspection. Inspection ezimu tukola. Zigenda ba challenging amu katono oyina okumanya chetugoba. Muba blocking the Shanta Devo. Dan Oken Olak. Proceed Bravo. Mubrokinze. Hi Martin Michael. Jeremy RAV4. Aha, Jeremy, thank you. Jeremy aina RAV4 2004. Aina nenuwa 2003 11 million. Kati muchitegede. Nuwa hiyo ya Jeremy 11 million RAV4 2004. Pasi wagambi RAV4 ya meka Jeremy. Martin M. Michael, hi. Jeremy RAV4 wagambi ya sente meka. Kati mwabanonyeze moroka mujje tugende ate banayo ndatwali tugenda kugundi kunuwe ya eyegaza ne gaza ngaje mutwala waberayo jamu nga wala tugenda gera tuka kunuwe yo ngambi. And as a matter of fact when we reach the nuwe kati Jeremy ayagala nuwa ogenda jijjawa Jeremy aina RAV4 2004 ya miliyoni 18. Jeremy Noah ogenda jijja wa biliesatu ku miliyoni 11. Toyagala kukunyigira abantu. Oyagala nyigira abantu katigwe. But RAV4 biliena njirina mbifananyi ya Jeremy. I think I should post it mujirabe. Yeri UBA. So anyway guys, asa nze njagala Spacio old model at 10 million. Spacio old model Frank wasu ojifuna no, but guys, me I don't recommend. And I think you guys, I echintu chimwe chitutawanya nyine moroka zenkuba atende tuzigula kati enuwa old model. I discourage people from buying it, then we go and buy it at 14.7. Nozabugana kati ono asa kati moroka jatugamba titugula naji inspecting moroka egenda kola tax eje mulaba okitegera. So now guys, when you're going to buy a car, you need to always remember the purpose for which you're buying the car. Bobanga ogenda gula motoka ne Mr. Arthur nze me I won't waste much of your time. You already know my testimony. It's either Sienta or Wish. A budget of 18, that's a final. Na ya atakati nsede gwe milioni 10 togenda na Wish tugende mu Sienta tujafuna Sienta nga kumpi mpya. Nze nkubulire zo milioni 18 zifuna Sienta nga kumpi mpya. Naye nga ate milioni 18 Wish tejja kuba mpomu. Ge mazima. Bobanga ka Sienta nako mwekali ononya Sienta. Ojajifunanga kumpi mpya. Okitegeera. How is Mark X consumption? Mark X enywamu. Yenywamu. Ani avuga Mark X atubuye kilomita litegenda kilomita mmeka. Njagala Mark X naye munnange zina gitalwa amafuta kuba mbeera wala kubola bamvuga raktisi yange nevuga full tanka kumpi 2 week. Kati kuba mwaka fananyi bobo ovuga Mark X. Okitegeera. Full tanka 2 obale emitwalo 16 emirundi ng'ebiri. Bobo zivuze to full tank binesi zivuga mirundi atha on field and practice, which is best for special hire. Nathan, you buy a fielder is better for special hire. Because it has a bigger boat. You know, in practice boat yayo sinene bulungi. Then I think also they feel that people would want to Bobovga special, people would want to sit in the field more than they would want to sit in the practice. Practice motoka ya fe ya swagger kuvuga bibyo okitegeera nga toyagala kwera bisa nnyo. Rubega Francis free purchase inspection yawa. Mundeke Rubega. Pre-purchase inspection is 450,000 mumveko. Ba abani balina okunywa amata. Gwate weewunye makanika wange bwatula mu moroka bwati nga tugenda okukola inspection kyasooka okukola mpereza sente zange. Era biseera ebisinga tavaawo nga sizitadde ku mobile money oba ku account. Kasita tufunako eza KFC no problem. Remember there is upgrade into a second car. It's okay. Anti kakati anti la starch kati awutegeza tutugula ya 18 tugula siyenta milioni nga 16 no ezile no zitereka ne zikola ebirala okitegeera. Francis pre-purchase inspection yange ate ya bay ate kati week ejja siriiwo yadde ate we namala week ejja njagala mpumulemu neewemu koka space no zino weeks ebiri zibadde zintwala ne kakati we nva ku broadcast wano nzirayo mu rehearsals. Arthur, can I get a siyenta B series at 13? No. Okuja ngo yagala nvundu. At 13 you can get a Sienta but you can not get. Jeremy, I cannot sell you BA. Sorry. I'm selling a RAV4 2004 UAUX. Oh, muwulidde. UAU. RAV4 UAU ya milioni 18 muwulidde. Biliena. Yes, eringa gye bakuba oluyinethan neje envuga. Mwe bantu mwe kati maze okulaba ebintu byenjogera bijja kunsibya bwe mbaga ate mugula moroka eyo eri overpriced atenze nenjigula overpriced kati kirabikira ddala banange bantu mwe mumpise mubbi. No one episode mubbi. Arthur, kati ku 10 million which card do you recommend? Vits 10 million get a Vits oba get a visitor adeyo nzeze moroka bidi ze kugaba ku 20 million ate bogula visitor adeyo. Make sure you buy one that has a VVTi engine. Right now guys, I will be honest with you, I do not recommend that you buy a car that is not VVTi. Ngo muvubuka kati. Let me tell you another aspect that we had with the Nuwa yo ya 4-wheel drive. The person that bought that Nuwa did not want to buy a 4-wheel drive car. Netumugamba emoroka eno ya 4-wheel drive ne ya 2-wheel drive enywa ya mafuta teyawukana nnyo ojasange yongera mu nge 15 naye ate ku moroka egenda okukola special tewali nsonga lwaki ogule moroka ya 2-wheel bagikusere because most of the Nuwas we saw were 4-wheel drive. There is no reason why you buy a 2-wheel drive car at like 3 million more if a 4-wheel drive literally consumes almost the same amount of fuel. Nemugamba, you know what, call your driver na akubira driver na mugambe moroka eza 2-wheel baziseera okikakase moroka ya 4-wheel enywa nnyo okusinga 2-wheel. The driver told him emoroka ya 2-wheel ne 4-wheel enjawulo ntono nnyo, which is literally you guys are telling you these things naye nga temwagala ebiseera emu ndowooza tuve ku byambu. Me have ever driven a 4-wheel drive kanga bangambe ejja kunywa nnyo neetanywa enjawulo ebeera nga ya 13 15 okitegeera ate nga ebiseera ebimu even the way you drive okitegeera even the way you drive will lead to the consumption of fuel. Bulijjo onangiro wabachala naye there is someone seeing naye she's of the same clan like my ex still Ngabi. Oyina gwolabye. Mr. Arthur, I have a friend soon coming with 20 million for tax. Tugenda kunonya mutachala naye baba. Kati let me tell you one thing guys. By the way bampa Kigege. I have to go look at them. Naye mbadde busy ngenda ziraba week eri. Kati eno wiki etandika enchandi busy naye wiki ejja ngenda zitunulako we decide. Kati mo you guys you'll be surprised. We have 30 million for a Kigege. Tuina Kigege ze twatunulako nezigana okuyita tuyine million ameka. Asatu tunonya Kigege. No, I feel to Waraza are good and powerful in the village. Thank you Nathan. Kati Kigege mwabagala Kigege. Bobo yagala ogula neera naye ejja kubaamu obukolo obutonotono era yinza okubaako ku bipapula. There is a taxi driver that has been driving my actors for some time. I called him and I told him I want a Kigege. Nangamba boss nali kuguziza nene yange na ye mujja kuntema sente nyingi. Emoroka yange ike papula ya milioni 4 ne mubuuza. Ne ipapula ebyo lwaki temubisasula. And he told me Arthur, ensonga lwaki tusasula bipapula bino. Bosasa epapula ne bigwako ku taxi. Owa traffic bwakuimiza nga agamba osasula nnyo ebipapula kankuwe n'ekirala. It's very hard for a taxi to not have police receipts. Why? it's also very hard for you because the Morocco yo jirabo wa taxi bwajimiriza abasabaze bwe bate basibye misipi kikubye ekipapula ayinza okubye ipapula nga 12 lwansonga abasabaze bali 14 bonna balina okuba n'emisipi. It's very hard for you to be driving a taxi and you only stop in designated stopping areas. Ekyo nakyo kikubye ebipapula. It's very hard for a taxi driver to be driving nga asibye omusipi kikubye ebipapula. It's very hard for a taxi to look perfect. Ekyo nakyo kikubye ebipapula. Nangamba kakati omanyi bosi fe bwoba ovuga emmoroka ayisemu n'15,000 oba omutwalo asinga asasudde ebipapula kati naffe ntubirekako kasita emmoroka esurvivinga kuki ku kkubo nakiŋŋamba ekyo ne mugana kati nfunire emmoroka nanfunire emmoroka ziringa 3 ezo sinazitunulako zetubali tutunulako zonna mbadde nzikuba but the other week I'll go and look at the chigiges and probably we'll conclude with one of them. Is Ipsum consumption same as Mark X? No, Tiff. I cannot confirm that. The Ipsum consumes a little bit more. That's a fact. Vit's new model 15. Francis, Vit's new model Ojifuna at 15. Very well. Ojifuna na UB series. 16 million makes it fair, though the whole budget is 18, which includes cut tracker, alarm, secret button. Kata utulina gula tulina okunonya siyenta nga 10 nga na 5. Bino ebirala byonna bino obengo muluko ogimayira million nga 16 kale. Hi Arthur. Can get IST old model UB series. It's possible. 15 yeah, you could. What won't vuki yampeleza nga bamuguza IST old model million yabangambe ba 15 nenga ya black. Now the problem with that IST was the color. Emoroka is a black atezitambula nnyo abantu tebazaagala nnyo. I used to drive both Noah 2 and 4-wheel drive. The difference on fuel can be like 4,000. Thank you, Nathan. Arthur, can I get Impreza new model? No, you can't. Look at this one. Donny, what are you? What do you want to do? You want to buy a car with a faulty gearbox? Mechanics of the engine mounting, repair costs were applicable, etc. What exactly do you want to know? The engine mount dies, you buy another one. Most of the cars, like the Ractis, if the engine mount dies, you just have to buy another one. And because the engine mount like saves you from vibration. Mpulira nafunyo obwagazi wa Alex. Can I get a UB series at like 20 million euros, 20 to 25 doctor name? Alex mujireke you guys. Alex eri overpriced. Alex atemwe bagayi nze mbagambe moroka ezimunzi bagamba nabagamba nuwa mugongo gwamba mujireke. Nuwa mgongo gwamba mujireke naye okujja kati ngola bangono omwami yaguze moroka, it's going to do taxi. Let it go. Can I get Premio Super to use as a taxi from village to town? If you're going to buy a taxi car, buy a Premio at like 7 million, 8 million. Kasteba na motwale togula ate moroka Premio egenda okola taxi ogula ya million 12. Eda funa komo ku inspecting ezo lole nga nonya lole ya moto wange. That's in the lockdown. That's the last one we inspected and we are buying it at 18 million. Era teyali perfect but try tusasula mabanya atugenda mu mwaka 13 agituguze 19 I think yayongera mwaka akadolo ebanja. That's the last time I inspected elf. But you would need to have about 25 million shillings ngate weronze number elf obe yiwa oba teyiwa, then you go do inspection. So anyway guys, that's the story of the Noah. Banage munzi bisiza waliwo gaya gaine atharachi mubba abantu ningamba labo. No, I'll contact you sienta or wish 15 million inakuba sienta wish ya 15 ejja kutama. A wish at 15 million shillings will it will frustrate you. That's a fact right now as the prices stand. And guys, the thing with cars is that bobato natuka kwagala moroka jinonya ebeera nyangu. As a matter of fact, obera ne center zo bweziting olaba nyingi unegwe bagambe kati tugenda nko kunonye moroka and emoroka zibaayo oboziraba kukubunga kweziri naye okufuna emoroka ennungi. That's where the trouble is. Kati abantu abamu abayine moroka zaabwe abagenda tunde moroka ekatugeze million nga 12 naye yebuuza ne kati million 12 zengenda kuzaawo ki nga kyagenda okuzaawo takola ki achagenda okuzaawo takiraba moroka ina agisigaza. That's what's making the cars like rare. Nti buli muntu bwava ku moroka aba yagala kugula esingako ku eyo obulungi naye agenda okubala abalamu esingako ku eyo obulungi ng'alina kutopinga emiliyoni 5 ku 10 kati ng'ate ezo sente taziina ng'ate ye abadde agikanisa ng'eri mu mbeera nnungi nga gakansigaza emmoloka yange okitegeera. So anyway, those are the stories of the 3 cars we have bought between Saturday and yesterday. I remember a friend who was billed in early morning because his taxis, one of the front light was not functioning. Exactly. Kati it's very hard, I think, for those taxi guys okubera one batamukuba chipapula. So but abachigege nze na recommend kale gobane sente entono nnyo ogula 28 nero genda kupate weeronda because kati n'ababadde batunda ezo kigege bagenda kati bakendeera kati abazirina bagenda kuba bakuseera because naye anoonya azijazzaako kuba naye abayagala ku upgrading either agule kigege esinga ey'obupya kati bwana agiguze miliyoni 28 kati yalina okugula kigege ya miliyoni nga 3 nga 6. Hi Steve Barrows, how are you? So anyway, nze nchakola pre-purchase inspection wadde mama comments zibadde zigenda kuundya ate kati comments zibadde zigenda kuundya nenzijukira nti nirayo ntekako na 14 ngemotoka twaliguze 14.7 yaga awe nataka emitwalo ensanvu bagenda kujja bandye kati ate kyewuunyisa you guys fa babadde mu field. Even the person that bought the car, he had seen what was happening in the field. Bwarabe comments anaga Arthur twaguze bulungi. Then I've met him. Nimubuza, would you have bought the ICs? Agamba no. Nimubuza, would you have bought the newer 2004? Agamba no. Nikakatate abantu aba comparing emoroka yo ku ICs. Atendo you guys. Me, one of the things that I would tell you, one way Innocent, I think it was Innocent Mugabe yagambye nti at the 14 million ogatako million B nofuna ISIS ku 16. Innocent, I challenge you to get me ISIS at 16 million. ISIS 7 cars are where these days. What car should I expect? Ipsum, Gaia, Chibina, Chikumi. Those old cars, those are the ones in 7 million. Tell all guys looking for 2NZ Vitz zona zibaza 4-wheel. No. Nedda Steve Barrows zibaza 4-wheel. I've driven a 2NZ car before. Mpozi ngogamba mu model empya because mu model empya nagula ko mmoroka eyo mu bond nga ya 4-wheel. In the new models it's possible it's 4-wheel. Nete yongera ko mafuta. Arthur, your quest for hybrid, have you considered Suzuki or Corolla Cross? Anti kat Olak the Corolla Cross impya nnyo iri mu million ndoza nga 7. So I would not, even if I wanted, like I cannot afford. Then there is this other hybrid called the CHR. Someone was saying what wajitunda million ya 5. Mukakati nanga but it's high. It's like nembuza ate wagulu nonya yochi. Nze nonya moroke nzija wange kuntwala ku mulimu. So the Prius does it perfectly. Then the Suzuki, I don't know which Suzuki you're talking about, but I'm thinking you're talking about the Suzuki thingy. Bajitabateno. The one I reviewed. I cannot afford those cars even if I wanted. So no, I've not really considered them. Normally when I'm considering, I only consider the cars that I can actually afford to buy either in cash or on credit. And I cannot afford the Corolla Cross. I'd really have to work harder for the next couple of probably months to collect money, which take it. And yeah, million chinana go chimanyi. Suzuki Grand Vitara ya million 12. And actually, if electric cars were affordable, then I'd buy electric car. I'll buy an electric car and wanokumulimu ni banko ya socket yange iwe unengula extension yempamvu ngivoba mu office yange reja paka wano when parking nga ulu parking abwenti nga charginga. But you know, even electric cars are 120 million and above, so still it would not really work. I saw a CHR already broke down in Muyenga, so I may be biased against it. Olak, I find that if you're buying hybrid, the best hybrid to buy is the Prius. The Prius is originally hybrid. Zindana zona zebakola. Baba deba modifying Prius. That's why the only thing I'm looking at is the Prius. Prius is ifa. And I literally know why the Priuses die. The Priuses die because of the filter eyamanda. If it kuba in Uganda to name fufu nyingi. So it's very easy for the battery to die. I need to change my air cleaner. I forget, but I need to change my air cleaner also. Mchafu nyo. Nze wange jembera wali yenfufu. Let me show you something. Nze wange jembera wali yenfufu. Mvuge yenfufu nyingi. And sometimes I forget to change my air cleaners in time. This is my cabin air filter. It's not even a month old. In a cabin air filter yange. Tinaweza ya domweze no jolaba. Kati me, I change these things monthly. So every time I change this one and the air filter. Which Kati, you can imagine what I will be doing with the Prius. So all the guys that are all the guys that are planning to buy hybrids, it's the filter. A filtering agenda manda. Always change that, because once that filter gets clogged, it means the batteries will not get air. Gabugume. Edianda yonaka stali buguma. Inachima ineno Samsung yangeteja kuangara because of the heat when I'm doing the broadcasts. Wish 2009 new shape PL series how much? Expectation. Kateze Moroka, I'll be honest with you. Yandi badete soka million abidi munya. But the only trouble is there is someone here that contacted me ampa inspection yoka na agena na yekebelele wishe yo na ngamba wishe no elimuru accident or tono, but it passes, and he bought it I think 24 million shillings. The problem with the Wish new model right now is that almost everyone that has it still wants it, and the people that sell those Wishes right now normally batundira ku pressure, and when someone is selling a car on pressure, normally they take them to the traders, and the traders will probably buy it at 22 or 23 and want to sell at 29. Now, for me to buy a Wish that is on UBL at 29, 28, I'd rather go neba mpole Moroka mu bondi. Ninsasula ko kuwishe million nga 25 neba manja nze nga Arthur Kati. Actually, I find that even buying a BL at 25, nienda neba mpola BR. Nze nga Arthur Kati Moroka je wali badogule sawe no zino okubanga teka wansinga ya nga eni, because it's NPQ R. So if you're buying a car, you're buying it expensively, it better be from UBN and above. UBN, UBP, UB2, UBR. Kati ze Moroka zirimo obupya obulingo bwe Moroka ya bondi. Baba tebanagivuga nnyo. Ata nze wano wenve bweru eno situka nga sivuga kansabe mukama akugumire mateeka. Oba vitso oba paso, but bwe kiyita nze siba mu motoka. I said siba mu motoka. At least mvuga 10 siba mu motoka. Now Danny, the CHR you see broken, there are things that kill those cars. First of all, even the washing bays kill the batteries. Ngane filter ogirese abana ba washing baba boze motoka, nze nalabye ngiri abana ba washing bay boze motoka. Nge Moroka nalabye kabadeka Impreza witwagenza okulaba the new UAY. Ka Impreza kalinga bakoza kira kabakoleza mu kifo kimu naye nga ipapula byonna babyononye, because abaana abwe boze Moroka nkirabye ne munnu weno abaana bwe boze Moroka kuno bagitobya. Nze wange bwe mba njoze Moroka because mama bani yayoze Moroka yange munda, nze njoza bweru bwaba yayoze Moroka munda akola nga bimanya abakazi bwe boza. Okitegeera tatobya, talina kintu kyonna kyatobya, naye abaana abo bonone Moroka. Nze okay ebuziga Francis ebuziga wabadde ki Pasco Joseph high compare Raum new modern Raum oli Kenneth, what are you comparing? Why even thinking about comparing those two? Don't even think about the guy ngawe nzize mbagamba. The moment you think about buying Raum old model manya waliwo akuloga akuli obubi, so don't even think about it. Kebere ku UBB tojigula. Raum kosa waliwo Moroka Bukorola 2 waliwo ka start kasaka bamweyo ingine ya 5E obubo natogula mulo sike kasera mbasibule. I find that now is the time for me to say bye. And I nechibuzo kunua. I want to iron out these differences now. I want to trigger enough fire nama bali mukamoli banange. Thank you. Continue liking the broadcast. Muli savu munana. We have only 38 likes. Njaga I want to iron out obutalibu mativu wa nuweyo mujitegeere. Eyo nuwa waliwo abantu abadde batulira nuweyo nga bagitunulira nze ata ngenda jevu ganve ku mulimu nuwe genda ku taxi. So for us we twade tunonya nuwe twade tunonya bulamu bukola bagita longevity ku luguudo twabadde tetunoonya aesthetics. Actually nyina nuwa je nabadde ngobanga njigoba because the interior doesn't look so good. Nanyini moroka nangamba atha interior jiveeko ndabeera bagenda gitrashinga. Ukitegeera. Martha Marisa, how are you? What about RAV4 Short? RAV4 Short is a good car naye enywamukko ku mafuta ekyo beera nga okimanyi. Omuntu bw'oba osobola ogula CHR lwaki togulirako pressure washer weebale nnyo Vigilax. I have 18 million. What female car can I get? There is no car for females. But it depends on your nebobo yagala Land Cruiser neboba mukazi la Land Cruiser jigule. Sente zizo emoroka yo. Stegede Rachel. So anyway guys, kambadiremu nkola pre-purchase inspection. When nabagamba bwe mbangula emoroka angula yange. Inze when I go to do inspection, tetugula moroka etali yange. That's why nyina abantu abamu bengamba tojja. I want to buy Chibina, but it has stayed in the garage for 6 months. Bwebanga it's a good offer jigule. Chibina tayina kyegenda kufa. Atoba Chibina ndebono jigulanga yingi ni info jajivuga. Just make sure it's a good offer ojisasule. Kuba Chibina ezo nazo kati baziseera. Kana no given. Tasobola kufuna RAV4 ku million 5 kujja ngambi. Actually guys bwofuna nga RAV4 emoroka ezebbiri nze zemmanye ezitawanya okanika suspension RAV4 ne nuwa. Mike, the tracking device is 350 for one that is not voice activated, 450 for one that is voice activated, the one you can call and listen to the people in the car. NZ engine is good and NZ 102 NZ 101 NZ. But the zombie simbi zirwana. Naera nafu mu zombie. Nenga zombie ziri very reliable. Ojivuga nga mfu okumala emyaka 3 nga teyina kyekukoze. Okitegeera. Amina Matia. Chisa mbinda ko nasibwe gwensome ono Martha. Hi Saith, how are you today? So anyway guys, kekasera mbasibule mwebale nnyo. Nuwa yafe mugiveeko mulekerawo kujogerako mbu it was not a bad buy. Fe twabadde tumanyi tunoonya moroka egenda kola kigege. Era ye moroka enche egenda tandika kola. Egenda nno wala. Subscription ya wano. Teguli mutwalo olowooza it's 10k here. The subscription. Saith obuza subscription ya gundi. Tracker ya mitwalo 5 starting the second year. When you pay the 350 or 450,000, the first year is also covered in there. Next starting the second year you pay 50,000 to keep it, to give you real time location. Kakati track is uzikola bweziti. It's very easy for me to give you a tracker where you don't need to pay subscription. Na ye moroka je batusemo tukulanga track okugame moroka eri Masaka. I'm sure you don't have that. Okitegeera. Martha Marisa, you can even buy a car now. Charles Sewaduka high. Kat subscription is 50 kati. There is a person that was telling me until they have a provider that gave them a tracker that needs no subscription. Kati ngata sasura subscription nenga maintenance ya sasura. Now the one thing that these tracker people know about you, omuntu wa tracker amanya, it's very hard to find someone agenda okuvuga emoroka eye emyaka ena. Ontegeera. Kati bwakuguza tracker akugamba tekuli subscription gwe n'ogula tracker. Nenga mu tracker nga bw'ogiguze yakuteedeko subscription ya mwaka nga gumu oba emyaka 2. Kati akimanyi most of you don't even check your trackers until the car is stolen. Kati bw'onoogira nti emoroka yange bagibbe nga aganse okumpeereza akasente ka police tunoonye mmoroka. Mwaka omuweereza mwasasula subscription eddako. Okitegeera. Kati gwe n'olowooza nali sasula subscription naye nga bw'anaazikuggyeemu. And if you know, ebiseera ebisinga tracker tuziteekamu for just in case. Just in case emoroka yange bagitutte. Which doesn't happen. Because Uganda wano, ojja kwesanga nti osobola okubanga you park in a place n'omala omwaka munama nga tebabbyeewo mmotoka. Kati bw'omaze omwaka munama nga tebabbyeewo mmotoka. That's why it's very easy for you to ignore anoga siteekamu tracker. Okitegeera. Naye nga kyali badde kirungi n'oteekamu tracker nti emmotoka yo senga ebeera eri muzirimu just in case. Okitegeera kibanga bw'onoogamba nti tulya balanced diet. Tetumanyi oba balanced diet etuyamba oba tetuyamba, but we eat the balanced diet. Can I get a driving permit without going to Naguru for I don't know. Hadik Deco House. I don't know if you can get a permit without going to Naguru. Mwina kuogena about driving school na iche manyo inogenda for testing. Na yemo kubire ku SPK driving school ajja kubaba buulira. Osegera you can probably Google SPK driving school. That driving school is in Kanyanya next to Gaze. You Google that one. Lukoya John, how are you? I Ben Kakongo Zensi. I kamba sibule ngende mu rehearsal. Mwebale kubera ku broadcast namwe abali mu Kamoli. I don't take you for granted. Thank you so much. Ndoza mbazemu ebibuzo bya Noah. Kakati ekirala guys. Njagala nnyo ebiseera ebisingo challenging ngo ina office nga gye tufunye. Njagala nnyo ebiseera ebisingo challenging ngo ina offer gye esinga gye tufunye. Because abantu betutambula nazo nabo mu motoka bo baziraba. Okitegeera abantu agenda okutuuka okugamba kale tugule eno nga ebiri mu katala abirabye, and you guys will be surprised. Nze wentukira okuvuga emmotoka kati ngende gayaza mbasi nayingira Wakiso macha nyingide ne Wakiso. Nze wentukira okuvuga emmotoka tugalika tugende gayaza, kitegeeze Kampala offer zendabyo ziba si ennungi eziri awo. Okitegeera Muyombya Mark, Patrick Rio Poultry Farm, Pade Travel Live Vlog, John's Info, Mugalasi Joshua Mixed Farm, Mubiru Emmanuel, Lubega Francis, Wandera Joshua, Mula Make, Chigozi Stanley, Dreams of Success. Dreams of Success yaga hey, nyina kantu kenda yimwe bagayi nga mwogera mbo yemoroka yetaga milioni 2 okugiza bupyachi. Yemoroka bwoba kugifuwa yetaga skirt mugitegedde. Okugifuwa okuva mu kirayini ekya silver okudda wansi. Emitwalo ekinene nnyo 10 nga bagigolodde bagifuuye. Eyo skirt. Kyekirala kimbadde mugawa kugiza obupya. Kyekyo. And some of you guys judge cars based on face value. Bajja kuguza moroka. Oli ajja kugula moroka agigule milioni 14. Agiteekemu emitwalo 10. Enyiriremu agiguze milioni 17. Kati you can imagine twasanze USZ jibabadde batune milioni 24 naye nga mmanye ekigiseeza emito gyabadde mitunge nga bagitaddeko seat cover kuno do panels nga ntunge bazitaddeko leather munda nga bateekamu ekiwempe ne bajoza ngeri mu kibanda ne kungulu ne bakuba ticket ng'enyirira. Kati omuntu ajja kukubiraawo akusererawo. Kati you can imagine buying a Noah road to Wara milioni 24 ziyagambye za agikoma nenge ekigiseeza yagisiika yabadde responding na bulungi ku muliro nga bogiri nnyo ojuwiranga epipira ate nuwezo zitta nnyo bikoyiraawo mwitegedde koyire egata plug egata wire za plug ebbiri zitta nnyo. So nalabye omuntu ng'agamba mwe moroka yetaaga milioni 2. You guys era yensonga lwaki ba makanika bakyababba. Makanika jja nakugamba kino kyetaaga sente bweziti. There is a follower of mine here twagula naye moroka n'agenda eyo ne bamubba. Emoroka kugifuuyira ne bamusabe milioni namba nenge emoroka gye bafuuyire milioni namba emitwalo 5 gaali gagifuuwa. Okitegeera kati I've realized that you guys think a person aseera ate yakola obulungi. Ebintu bino eby'emmoroka for example nga langi eyo ebbeeyi siwe ebulungi obulungi buba mu skill. Ate langi eyo I've seen with those guys that spray cars kikwatayo bukwasi kolo nakola ne kikola ola nakola ne kigaana. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So, but anyway, yeyo nuwa je twaguze. Yeyo. Mwaga tugule enuwe masabu eti. Dr. Kasule Matia, Chibampa Nasuru, Mulamik, Faran Seguja, Chambade Hannington, Chigozi Stanley, Lucky Brint, Lubega Francis, Aleka Ziwe, Michael Chris Muwonge, Tusime Eddie, Murad K Momo, Musime Alex, Kennedy Omara, Heath Moses, Chitumba Solomon, Joseph Bali Kudembe, Jimmy Putan, Wandera Joshua, Murad K Momo VIP, Murad K Momo ne Kennedy Omara bali bonabali landani. Waliwo mwami yampadde wane emitwalo 10 nga atagenda oguleba Urban Caves banange neyanziza teyanzikiriza kwogera linnya lye naye nga neyanziza nnyo yabadde ngambe tugenda kola inspection sometime tugenda kola ne mugamba okay nina amana nga nedda twekubye naye eje 10 gijo genda oguleba Urban KFC ali naitwa Kevin Saleka Ziwe, Prosi Bravo, Nakate Christine, Brigitte Kakai, Nathan 256, Oza Mosantu, Musime Alex, Innocent Mugabi, Football Tribe UG, Kwikiriza Maria, Maria, Solo Extra, Africa Carota, Nsereko Starch, Dan Oken, Albino Olak, Bukenya Abe Juko, Julius, Nsereko Starch, Wajao, Aloyo Joan Jojo, Katumba Hamidu, Martin M. Michael, Jeremy. Ba Jeremy abagambe inara for 2004 million 18. Era anonya nuwa bili esatu ku million 11. Ani ina nuwe bili esatu million 11 the new model kali. Eja after mugongo gwambwa. Frank Waswa, Mugula Tif, Hadak Deco House. Frank Waswa. Mnozano sibamaze. Namu abali mukamori, I don't take you for granted. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Angu Minitwe Cleaver. Steve Barros, Besigensi Kenneth, Bataze Mike, Wandera Joshua, Pasco Joseph 8, Vilgax, Given Tours and Travel, Rachel Kasozi, Martha Marisa, Mohaz Boy, Ricardo, Noah SI, better than SRI. SI is a good trim, but what more trim are with Daco? They are not common, but you don't really need that trim, guys. I want to buy. It has stayed okay 6 months. And that is Isaac Mwaye, Chisache Matia, Saith Kagaba, Charles Sebaduka, Tumwebaze, Bruno Insingoma, David Sembatia, Lubega Francis agaba akasasi ko kuyitawa kati nonya channel je liko Lubega Francis so jajira beliko face ye akuwa akasasi. Arthur 14, was it in great condition? Because I have seen guys here buy the newer ones for 15. At Isaac, no way ono yabade tanonya no way yempya nze nyini I've inspected the newer 2004 at 15. Yabade anonya nowa field tuwara. It was specific. Uchitegeera. How much can I get Raffle Shot 97? Baranga million nga munana kali. I have a friend selling a Voxer USZ 15 million shillings. Twagala ya 11 ni Stewart Muhanuzi. Lucky Moze. Fielder 2009 ku UPH. Jireke gule mpya. Kubanga Fielder UPH oyinza okwesanga abagala jiguza million 26 27. Hatinga ku million 35 ufune mpya. Ati sogena neba kuwola. Guys, bangambe tunyuke. Guys, I wish you a very lovely day. Mukama abampero mukisa. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Kangine mu rehearsal. Banange bintu ara zino weeks zo. Mukama yamanyi. Actually yesterday inspection ye guro katanji gani ne mukama abampero mukisa. And guys, I'm going to continue posting those cars. I want you guys to understand what you should be considering, especially when you're buying an old car. Ochitegera era temuti yakungamba bwe mulabange moroka tujiguzenga mulabira dala ya chibbi ngabwe mangamba ku Alex nze Alex ya mazima nali sijigula 16 nze nga Arthur era nange nuweno nabadde sijigula because nkimanyi nyongera kaka sente katonengula nuwan empya bwe mbangula yange naye ne moroka omusajja ono already ayine moroka eyiye tagula moroka ya kuvuga yiye emoroka igenda kubbala mukama bawo omukisa ciao.